Hi, my name is Tom Joannis, and to share what you might be missing, I'm going to share a little bit of my life and my story because I had spent years chasing more, only to realize that the life I really wanted was beyond adding more. To back up a little bit, when I was 7 years old, we immigrated to the United States, and my dad loved this country. He told me, Tom, you can have anything you want as long as you're willing to pay the price. So being the kind of guy that I am, by the time I was 9 years old, I was chasing the American dream, thinking I could have it all. And fast forward 25 years to 2005, I thought I did have it all. I had a six-figure sales income. I was married with two young boys. I just built a new house and I was taking the equity, investing in real estate. I had a martial arts dojo that was thriving. Felt like I was winning the game. Then 2010 hit. The market crashed, and so did my life. I lost every one of my real estate properties. I lost my house to foreclosure. I had to file for bankruptcy. And I was on the verge of divorce. But worst of all, the biggest gut punch was that I realized I wasn't being the man, the husband, and the father. I wasn't being the example that I wanted to be for my boys. And that killed me. That's when I realized I'd been chasing the American dream, checking off boxes, piling up wins, earning money and social status. But the American dream wasn't my dream, or the life I was called to live. No matter how much I achieved, there was always that emptiness inside. And deep down I knew adding more was never going to fill that emptiness inside. If any of that hits home, if any of that resonates, you're not alone. You're exactly who I built this for. Because everything changed when I uncovered my purpose, that unique impact that I was called to create in this world, and not just in one area of my life, but across every area of my life. And I did that by subtracting. I started reducing and removing everything that didn't align with my purpose. And that freed up space for what, and more importantly, who mattered most in my life. That's when I finally found the freedom, the joy, and the peace I'd always been searching for. And hey, this wasn't just some pie-in-the-sky emotional fulfillment. There were real tangible results. I over tripled my revenue production while over doubling my income, working 50% less hours. I got back into great shape and I'm now the most flexible I've ever been in my entire life. By the grace of God, I went from the brink of divorce to the happiest I've been. We're going to celebrate 26 years of marriage this year. And I have the kind of relationship with my boys that they come to me for advice, sometimes even take it. And even though they're 20-something years old, I still get hugs, good morning and good night whenever they're home. Now that's what I call life in full. And what's really powerful now is I have intentional white space on my calendar to keep removing and reducing what doesn't align with my purpose, which creates more time and space for me to enjoy what really does align. I mean, how freaking cool is that? Are you ready to trade the grind of always chasing more and more and more for the joy of life in full, which comes from doing less? Are you ready to play and win the right game